Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tony and the channel is Tony Talks Cards. I'm excited to do this video. I've done some research on what I want to talk about, and there's been a lot going around the last couple weeks. Really cool shout outs of other channels, and it all revolves around, I want to get the name right of this, the YouTube Sports Card All-Star Voting. That's one of those things that before I joined and started doing my channel about 10 months ago, I had no idea there was a Hall of Fame. There were all-star ballots and voting and coaches and rookies of the year and all-stars. And it's crazy how much you find out being on YouTube and being part of the community. So it's a cool way to shout people out, talk about why you like their channels. I love the idea and concept behind it. But I got to be honest, I can't limit myself to, I think it's 15 all-stars, 2 rookies, I think 6 coaches. I can't do it. I can't. I want to shout 45 people out, not just 15, not just 25, not just whatever that math adds up to be. And so I'm going to break the rules. And this is not going to be an official ballot for the program that's going on right now for the YouTube All Star voting, but it's going to come out at the same time because the spirit behind it's still the same, I think, to shout out folks who you love to watch, those who are encouraging, those who create community, those who are new, those who are making great content, contributing, commenting. And for me, I couldn't make the math work to only shout out 23 people. A lot of you have mentioned that in your videos too. It's hard to pick 15, and there's always a 16th you get left out. You pick 20, there's always a 21st. Like there's always one more person. So I want to kind of make sure I get all my shout outs out there. This is not an official ballot because I'm going to break the rules, but to the spirit of shouting out other card collector content, that's too much to say there. I want to talk through and show you and talk about and share all the some of the channels that I watch the most, those I've interacted with the most, whether it be in person, on videos, on interviews, or just in the comment section. I want to share the ones that I interact with the most, I enjoy watching the most, the ones I usually never miss an episode. And there's a lot. There's a lot in my feed I watch and try to watch as much as I can. So I went back and looked. I've got 122, I think, subscriptions. Now, I don't know if that's going to make people's jaws drop as being too high, too low, right about the average. I don't know what the average is, but I went through those 122-ish subscriptions that I have, channels I subscribe to, and categorized them based on those that have more than 1,000 subscribers, those that are 0 to 500, and those that are 501 to 1,000. I didn't look at how long they've been on YouTube because, again, some of those dates can be kind of deceiving in terms of bucketing categories for rookies of the year or all stars, Hall of Famers, coaches, things like that. Like for me, I think it shows I joined YouTube in January of 2024, which is over a year and a half ago. But that's just because I posted one video on YouTube for some other reason a year and a half ago. But then finally jump started and started my channel in October of 24. So I've been on YouTube technically doing this type of stuff for less than a year, but my channel shows probably a year and a half plus. So I thought an objective number like subscriber count, I could easily bucket people that way out of my 122 subscriptions, and then go through that bucketed list and say, okay, who are the guys I watch all the time, or I try not to miss a video, and who of those I've interacted with the most, either through meeting people in person at the National, doing an interview with you, and that's been pretty fun to do those as well, or we're always in each other's comments. I'm commenting on yours, you're always leaving comments or likes on mine. And I want to shout out in this specific video, this is going to be video 1 of 2. This video I want to shout out, I think about 25 or 26 channels that I subscribe to that I've had probably the most interaction with that are all under 500 subs. And I'm sure all of you probably know who these guys are, but if you don't, I'll link to them in the comments. So apologize about the spamming if I link to your channel. Hopefully that's okay. But I want to shout out the ones that I interact with the most and love the most. Sub 500 subscribers, and talk about why I like them and how we've known each other, got to know each other a little bit more over the last 10 months on YouTube. So I've got my trusty book here. I don't want to forget people's names and channels. So let's begin. But before we actually begin, I want to show a couple cards off because why not? It's a card channel, right? I've got my Scott Ranger Studios Diamond Star shirt on. So why not kick off this sub 500 subscriber shout out video with a couple Diamond Stars. You've probably seen these before on my channel, but hey, why not show them again? This is my 1935 Diamond Star Stan hat of the Cubs with that beautiful Chicago skyline in the back. Such bright, beautiful colors on these cards. Shout out to Mitchell at White Sox Fan Card Collector, who does a series on these and is putting that set together, I believe. And the second one I own, I showed as well a few months ago. Hall of Famer Travis Jackson from the Giants, New York Giants. So those are the two cards to show in this video, but let's get into channel shout outs and talking about some channels I really love to watch, and hopefully you guys do too. First one on the list is going to be Rev Steve's Cards. Rev Steve. He and I did an interview probably 3-4 months ago. He lives in Pennsylvania, I want to say, big Pirates guy, Manny Sanguian collector. Really enjoyed our time talking, Steve. Love your Hall of Fame binder videos. Keep that up. And if you don't know Rev Steve, definitely check out his channel as well. Next, we've got Jay, Average Vintage Collector. He was one of the first couple of folks I talked to as well in one of my interviews. Out of Buffalo, I think he likes well, Boog Pal, I know that, Mr. Boo. We talked about that story too, and he shared that story a couple times on other channels as well. Likes them, likes the Astros. He's doing a cool series on major league players who fought in the Battle of the Bulge. Very cool, Jay. Make sure you keep that up too. Love your channel. Next is Cardboard Coach Neil. He's done a lot of videos talking about different types of cards, not the Donruss Tops, Bowman Fleer, but picture packs, unique issues, oversized cards. Love your energy, love your knowledge of those sets. It's something I really have never gotten into deeply, so keep doing that stuff. I love learning about the cards that you enjoy and how those cards came to be. Very beautiful as well, so keep that up too. Next, Vintage Dave T. He does comment a lot of my content as well, and vice versa on his. Definitely enjoy Vintage Dave T's channel. He just did his, I think, YouTube All-Star video as well. Enjoy that, Dave, so keep that up as well. Next, I think it's Matt is his name at Straight Race Cards. Didn't know much about track cards, but those do exist like many other things do on cardboard. Love his energy and his passion, how he talks about cards and collecting, and how collecting cards kind of interacts with his life and things outside of card collecting. So, Matt, love your videos and definitely keep up those videos too. Next, another new channel I met actually in person. I think he has less than 50 subscribers at the National. ET Card Collector Hughes, I think is his name. We bumped into each other at the Misfits gathering on Wednesday night in Chicago, and I saw him, I think, a day or two later and showed me his Sammy Baugh autograph card. So check his channel out as well. Got some interesting cards and discussions he's done recently. Welcome to the community as well. Love to have you here. Glad you got to go to the show and meet some more YouTubers. So check his channel out as well. Next up, we've got Sandlot Cards. Always comments a lot on my videos. Appreciate you and your words and looking at the cards I show off. Check out his channel and his comments too if you haven't already. I'll link again to his name and all the names of these guys in the descriptions as well. Next, I didn't write down his exact channel name, but you probably know who I'm talking about. I think his name is Dean. He's Darren's brother from Return to Collecting. And his channel is, I think, Goodman and West 238th Street or something to that effect. He did a really cool Topps Venezuelan baseball card issue video a while back, I found. I enjoy his channel, his creativity. And I think he was at the National, but like a lot of us who were there, just didn't quite bump into each other as much as other people did. So I have to meet you and shake your hand next time too. But check out his channel as well. Love his content and all the stuff he puts out. Next, let's see, down the list here, you've got, I think, Jeff over at the Fine Card Collector, or Fine Card Collection, I'm sorry. You were one of the guys I wanted to meet also in person in Chicago. I think we planned to, and then, like a lot of us, I think we wanted to kind of hope to meet on Thursday at the get together. Didn't happen, but sounds like you had a great national, picked up some great cards. Love you talking about your Bulls collection. The top 100 cards, that list you put out a few months ago that I think Beckett did, and showing all your graded cards there. Really good, high quality video presentation and footage you do with your videos. Loved how you talked about the cards, what they meant. All those 1980s cards brought back so many memories for me. So keep up the videos and look forward to hearing more about you and your collection too. Next, going to do a VR for this individual here in the next week or so. It's Mike over at Mike's Mr. October and More. Big Reggie Jackson and Yankees fan. I think he just hit 200 subscribers and I think 20,000 views, I think something like that. So he's doing a VR. Check out his channel if you haven't already. Love hearing about his memories and cards he's picking up for the Yankees and Mr. Reggie Jackson. So keep on doing that stuff, Mike. Stephen with a PH. I never. It's funny. There are a lot of guys at the National, right? Some guys I never ran into once, but knew they were there based on their videos, obviously. Hadn't met Steven before, barely subbed his channel probably 2 months ago, just didn't realize I wasn't subscribed to him, I guess, for the longest time. But then met him like 3 times at the National, bumped into each other at different tables, the same table, the same dealer. Very nice guy, said, hello, what are you doing? What are you collecting? Very encouraging. Loved his videos on his Jackie Robinson pickups as well. I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Steven with the PH, hopefully in Strongsville or a National coming up next year. After Steven, we have Peacemaker Cards. Lots of good Cincinnati Reds and Barry Larkin content on that. Love seeing your pickups, how you talk about your cards, and some show footage too, I think you do every now and then. So check out Peacemaker Cards if you haven't already as well in your subscription list. Next, Diamond Gems 45. I ran into him at the National a couple times. We bonded over a fun 1964 Topps Boston Patriots card, and he handed out some really good cookies at the Vintage Trade Night on Saturday. So, hope you had a great show and got back safely there. Look forward to seeing more of you and more of your content too coming up in future videos. After that, I've got, I think his name is Andy at Dog Ate My Card Collector. It's kind of a fun title, fun name. He usually watches some of my videos. I'll watch all of his. He's done some grading videos, I think this year too, talking about 50s and 60s cards, I want to say too. So got some fun content there. So check out Dog Ate My Card Collector. Yes, that's what it is. If you haven't already checked his channel out as well. Next after that, we've got Doug, Video Guy 316. I met him and his son in Chicago a few weeks ago. We went out to dinner at Portillo's with Joe, Redneck Collector, and some other of his friends on, I think it was Thursday night. Doug ran into him a few other times at the show too, randomly at different tables, different corners of the arena. Sounds like he had some great pickups as well and does a really good video content as well in his videos. So good meeting you, Doug. Appreciate meeting your son as well. And keep up those good videos. Next, we've got Ross over at Ross Loves Cards. He was one of my interviewees, I guess, as well a few months ago. Ross, I want to say lives, is it Arkansas or Missouri? I'm sorry, I'm getting this wrong live on camera. One of those two is right, I hope. But he's a big Carl Erskine guy. Did a video on Roger Maris recently. And did a video with him, interviewing him, talking about his childhood memories of some baseball players in his hometown, how he got started collecting baseball cards. It was really fun. I think he does have a Brooklyn Dodgers hat as well to go along with, I think, the Preacher Row and Carl Erskine collections he's getting there too. So check Ross out as well if you haven't already at Ross Loves Cards. After Ross, we've got John at Nerding Out with Cards. I owe him some cards. I emailed him a couple week or so ago about some cards I want to send to him. I think he's serving in the Coast Guard, if I'm right about that. So thank you for your service, John. Come back safe. And when you get back home, I'll send you those cards I owe you and hope maybe get you on a video too to talk through your Cardinals collection, Stan Musial, and other guys you collect too. And glad you're part of the community too. You've done some really great videos on grading and thoughts and opinions in that area. So keep it up. I know you're busy right now with what you're doing, but love to have you back when you make your next video. So check out John at Nerding Out with Cards if you haven't done so already as well. After John, we've got page number 2. Flip to my book here. We've got Mike at Jayhawker Vintage. Mike also was one of those guys I interviewed a few months back. Tons of energy, tons of passion. I've been collecting for 40 plus years. Had a really funny story about Wildfire Schulte from the Chicago Cubs back in the early 1900s and his younger days with baseball trivia. So that was a fun video you did there, Mike. Tons of energy, collecting whether Nolan Ryan, Royals, talking about grading and cards he's getting back, and just a passion and a love for the hobby and the community. So glad you're here, Mike. Glad you bring the energy. Glad you share and comment and get people connected. And I'd love to talk to you some more too, whether it's on your channel, my channel, or some other channel down the road too. It'll be fun either way. So glad you're here and hope to see you at some point, maybe at Strongsville International next year too. So check out Mike's channel if you haven't checked his channel out either as well at Mike Jayhawker Vintage Cards. After that, we've got Hodges 1455. He always shows up with giving the videos a like, leaving a comment. And something funny about Brian over at Hodges 1455 is that his last video we talked about, and I think it was in connection with a childhood memory or someone he grew up liking, Travis Fryman of the Detroit Tigers. I had not heard that name since I was like 13 years old too. We may be about the same age, I don't know. I had a mini collection of his cards as well for I don't know why. I was a Cubs guy watching Andre Dawson, Ryan Sandberg on WGN. Why did I collect 20 Travis Fryman cards? I have literally no idea, but I have them. So to hear Brian bring up his name in that video was like a time warp back to 1993 or something. So thanks for your videos, Brian. Being supportive, encouraging, liking, and commenting. Keep it up. Check out Brian's channel too if you haven't checked him out already at Hodges 1455. After Brian, we've got Mark over at Mark's Dodgers Cards. You know what you're getting. You're talking about cool Dodgers cards. Mark's collecting, I think, Dodger player and team runs from the 70s and 60s and 50s, I want to say. I think he just finished up the 60s. I hope I'm right about that with the Pete Rose rookie card, which does have a Dodger on it. Mark, I talked to him as well in an interview 3, 4, 5 months ago. Enjoyed knowing about him, his early childhood collecting, going to card shows, some memorabilia he has from early, I think, card shows and ball games he went to. And then also hearing about his Zach Wheat collection and seeing those great cards he's collected, history of the Dodgers, and saw him, of course, on a recent collaboration video with Jay Average Vintage Collector and Rusty Vintage Cards on their, I think, Going Deep series on deep diving with collectors who really, really collect and know the histories of a certain team. So good job on that, Mark. Love seeing those cards and love seeing your interest and passion for the Dodgers. So that's really cool too. Check out Mark's channel for sure as well. But you probably are already subscribed to his channel because he's got a great channel and does a lot of great content. So after Mark, I want to go to, surprise, surprise, Rusty. Just talked about him, Rusty Vintage Cards. Rusty's done some show videos, some pickup videos, does the collaboration again with Jay, Average Vintage Collector, in terms of that Going Deep series. Always enjoy your content, Rusty, when it comes out. Keep it up and look forward to you and Jay doing even more down the road too with the other 25 or 7 teams you haven't covered yet. Should be a fun baseball series the next little bit here, so keep that up for sure. After Rusty, you've got Justin at Go Crazy Card Collecting. I always enjoy his videos. I think his videos, I first saw him when he was talking about the baseball card collection he got from his mom and how those cards his mom collected as a child helped spur him either back into or fully into collecting. I'm not quite sure, but I think he's talked about 1968 or 69 Topps baseball cards. He's done some stuff with the Cardinals players. Got a good energy for him as well. So check out Go Crazy Card Collecting for sure if you haven't already done that. After him, I've got Pastor Craig. Pastor Craig, I got to apologize. I know I owe you an email from like 2 months ago about getting together to do a video. Pastor Craig, I love his vintage football cards. He shows baseball, I think, too, but not a lot of guys show football, and I haven't shown that much of my football either, my football cards. But Pastor Craig's shown a lot of early 70s, early 60s, mid 60s, late 60s football cards of guys he probably watched play, cards he collected. And I built a lot of those vintage football sets 10, 15 years ago too, just so to hear him talk about them, show those cards off, reminds me of cards I used to have, I did collect, I did have, and want to get him in front of the camera too, if we can get our schedules lined up as well to talk about football, baseball, and how you got into card collecting as well. So Craig, look out for that email too. Been busy, sorry about that. But check out Pastor Craig's vintage cards too, if you haven't already done that. After Pastor Craig, you've got, I just watched his video a little bit ago. Congratulations, 5714 collector Jim Faulkner, on your 100 videos and 1 year on YouTube. That is a lot of ones, and that's amazing. 100 videos in a year, that's great. Always watch Jim's videos with us talking about 1972 Topps Baseball, the series he's doing, Nolan Ryan pickups, Baltimore Orioles pickups, or just chatting about cards in his collection and memorabilia too. Jim and I did actually 2 interviews. We talked a bunch about Nolan Ryan, the Baltimore Orioles, how he became an Orioles fan, and showed a bunch of really cool card and non-card memorabilia he's gotten over the years. I think in his basement, I want to say. So check out Jim's channel, 5714 Collector. Check out his VR, which is running, I think, through the next few weeks. Enter that. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already, and keep up the good work, Jim. I really appreciate your channel and what you do and how much you research for 1972 Topps baseball. It's amazing. All those index cards you probably have too. And again, also, thank you for that Fergie Jenkins card you got me at the National. I really appreciate that gift as well. That's going to go great in my Fergie Jenkins / Cubs collection. So after Jim, I've got one more to go. This may have been 26 or 27 or 25. I'm not quite sure. I can count, I guess, in the description with the shout out channels later. But last but not least of my sub 500 subscriber channels who I interact with the most the last 10 months on YouTube is Josh over at Vintage Card Wonderland. Josh, I love how you've done collaborations with other collectors in terms of ranking, I think, beautiful card sets, designs, best cards from the sets of the 50s or 60s or 70s. But then more recently, you've been really generous with your time and interviewing myself and Joe, Redneck Collector, about our pre-Chicago National plans and thoughts, and also interviewing us for our post-national thoughts and also pickups. So thank you for being generous with your time, your talents of putting together the videos, the thumbnails, doing the questions, having us on. I appreciate that a ton. Learning more about your collection as well. I appreciate our text thread between me, Joe, and you, especially at the National, as I was learning more about Topps Venezuelan issues. We were showing each other our cards and our pickups, and you were funny enough living vicariously through Joe and I. But hope to see you at a show coming up in the future, whether it's the National, Strongsville, or somewhere in between. Check out Josh's channel as well if you haven't already done so. So those are all my sub 500 subscriber channels that I interact with the most. I hope I didn't miss anybody that I interact with as much or a lot that I just inadvertently left off. I went through my subscription list again. A lot of guys, I watch all their videos, but we just haven't gotten a chance to meet in person yet. Haven't gotten a chance to do a video together, interview, collaboration, seen you in person, whatever the case may be. But if you're not on the list, I still watch your videos, but these are the top 25 or 6 or 7 guys over the last 10 months I've just gotten closer to. And it's crazy that I would have had 27 people and channels that I would have said this about 10 months ago. But that's what makes this community so special. You got guys like me, same age, older, younger, who have a similar interest, who love cards, who love the designs, the history, just the beauty of the cards, what they mean to them, the memories they create or remind them of. And to talk about that on video, in person, on a chat, in the comments is so special. So um, hopefully you guys check out those channels if you don't have them in your subscriptions already. Thank you all. This is video number 1 of 2. My next video is going to be shouting out channels between 501 or 500 subs and 1,000 that, again, are also in my subscription list. I watch almost all their content. We've met in person or chatted on an interview or what have you. I'll shout them out separately in a separate video. Didn't want to make this too long. But again, thanks guys for the community. Thanks for the idea with the YouTube. I've got to say this again. With the, what's it called? Officially, long name. With the YouTube Sports Card All-Star Voting. That was really a good inspiration for me to get together my subscription list, talk about channels I love. It's not an official ballot because I'm breaking the rules. I'm doing way more than you want me to do. But enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and check out these channels for sure. So until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.